Hi, today I'm going to talk about the solar flares. There are solar flares, little one, middle one, big size. However, what I'm going to talk about solar flares, that is going to be a real huge one, and that is going to happen about 20 years or so from now. And that is going to make a big impact on all of us. That's what I'm going to address. So what is solar flares? Solar flares, according to the science, the magnetic energy stored in the sun, just explosions. And that explosions is called solar flares. And our history tells us that 1859, the Carrington event was a huge one globally. And also in Canada and Quebec, 1989, we had some flares up happen too, and then result was quite devastating. It took about 9 hours or so to restore the full capacity. But the one that I am addressing today is the real big one. And that is going to really change all of us, according to the higher self. So now, what is the purpose of solar flares? According to the higher self of the client, the source wants a little different things to experience. So from now and then, the source communicate with the sun to explode that energy. And how that solar flares delivers that message to us? It's coming with the imprints, energy imprints, and the energy code. And as you can see, the images that the client saw, that image comes, in other words, according to the client's higher self, it is like a check-in. The source says, hey, this is where I am, are you coming? And when we are coming, fine. If not coming, then detoxing happens. What that means? That means that whoever is not coming along, then we are going back to the source. Because source wants to experience something else. So that's the purpose. So now when solar flares comes, what are the effects? You might have guessed that anything to do electricity is all power grid is gone down, shut down. So blackouts, our favorite tools, the mobile phones and phone, no more. So from with around us going out, let's say, no phones, no internet, no TV, no stove and fridge working, no electricity, right? And then, of course, dryer, washer, dishwasher, none. Then going out, no cars, no GPS, no satellite. And how further? Because of no electricity, all those infrastructures running by electricity, such as water filtering, sewage, and all other things that I don't even know that's affecting us, and you could research on that one. So the effects are huge. It's going to be making a total stop. Also, heat coming from that solar flares affects melting ice caps, snows. So we're going to see a whole lot of water, lots of water everywhere. Everywhere water, floods. So because that, tectonic plates will shift. So they say earthquakes will happen, maybe volcanoes as well. So these are the effects. And you can imagine the ultra pause and stop of all things. So therefore, effects are tremendous. We are going to be all in chaos for a long time. And experts are saying that even build a one transformer, electrical transformer that about big building kind of thing, it takes about 4 or 5 years to rebuild. So unless we humans are prepared and the shielding from the solar flares, we are going to be hugely impacted. So according to the higher self of client, when people are evolved, improved, their vibrations are in higher, then they have a choice to either stay or go to the source. If you decide to stay, you can help people rebuild the race and rebuild the culture. However, who are not ready, then we all go back to the source. And then this shift is going to be one of the biggest ever happened to the Earth. So planet Earth is looking forward to make that reset, repurpose. That's what's been said. So now, once these effects are really huge and all things almost disappeared, and then what is going to happen? Of course, there are going to be changes. First of all, the human body will not require the foods that we used to consume. Oh, they said some plants and grains are still existing, of course. And then people will usually sustain their body using the liquid, the water. It's not a hard food that we are used to consume, no more. The human body does not require that to sustain. Obviously, body becomes in higher vibration, so therefore dense food is no longer required. Also, we communicate now with the phones by talking and writing. Now, in that time, after the big shift, what's going to happen is that we are not needing, and of course, electricity is totally gone out, so people are now communicating other ways. Telepathy, so maybe something else too. Then what happens? Now, the cultures that we've been so far having it for the last 50, 60 years, something, maybe 100 years, was based on electricity. Right now, as you see, everything is depending on electricity. Once that electricity is gone, then what? Now, and people come with using water power. Water power is going to be our future power source. The water is a big player in the future of Earth. So now, this is brief informations. However, I ask you to research solar flares, and the higher self of the client tells me, how do we prepare? We have to go inward and connect with our source. After all, we are experiencing for the source. So go within and communicate the source. Accept it. It's all for the good purpose for the earth. That's what's been said. So now that I deliver the message to you, so you do what is required. It feels like we all have to raise our vibration. How to raise vibration? As you have already known, as I have spoken before, they always suggest us to do. Go within, meditate, or be quiet. Come in with the nature. Love yourself and love others as you would be loved by them. It's a golden rule, isn't it? All cultures are saying the same thing. Same thing. We have to practice that. And so therefore, we have to keep improving and raising our frequencies. Once our frequencies are matched with the source imprint code, you have a choice to stay here and do and help and something, or you have a choice to go back to the source. Okay? So now I deliver the message to you, and then keep striving to be one with the source. And until next time I see you again, you take care.